Okay, so this is a shuffle triplet riff, and it's in my beginning rock guitar level 2, book 2, and it's very similar to the first riff in the book, but the first riff was more basic, more shuffle, less triplets. It was this. So in this one, similarly, we want to anchor the first finger on the second fret of the 5th string. And you got to watch that transition from the 5th to the 4th string. I usually just kind of roll my first fingertip over a little bit, lightly, so that I don't really want them ringing together. I want to let go of this note, but I do it in a sly way. It's almost like rubbing the string, going from the 5th to the 4th string. Like if you put your finger squarely on the 5th string, but kind of flat, kind of on its side, and then kind of rub the string to where it goes off the 5th string, but I'm still touching the 5th string with the tip of the finger, but that way I won't get this to where they're ringing together, because this could kind of cover up those nice repeated notes. So that's a little tip when you're doing that second measure. This is a 2-measure riff. So the first measure, then okay. Now I got the idea for this riff from the Grateful Dead song "Truckin'." Jerry Garcia does. He does a very similar thing that I kind of got the idea, but this riff is a little different. Really, it doesn't really follow the same changes as "Truckin'." I'm not sure if it does or not. Really, I didn't think about it that much, but that was sort of the inspiration, and I thought that was a cool riff when I first heard it. I think it was on their Working Man's Dead album, or it could be on American Beauty. I'm not absolutely sure, but anyway, I might get in trouble, for not knowing which album. But this has that same funny shift. When you start on the B, which really isn't a B because of the capo, but you got to move faster because you're doing it. In the first riff in the book, it was, but here we're going. So you have to really shift and move faster. You probably shouldn't do it as fast as I was doing it when you're first learning this riff, get to know it. But it's pretty straightforward, really. There's not a whole lot to talk about that we haven't already talked about with, the similar riffs like the first riff in the book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through it again slowly. So it's like just very deliberately, okay? So you can play along. I'm not going to do the repeat. Just go through it once. Notice how the rhythm's different when it goes across the street. Shift first finger to get in position here. Now, another thing you can do besides that rubbing to get from one string to another, you can do a good bend and flatten. So if you bent, flat. So you can really have a bent finger and then flatten it. And I'm just kind of muting that string now. I'm not like, so it's kind of like collapsing the finger like that, like we did in Day Tripper, when we went bend, flat, off. So very similar. If you notice, a lot of the riffs in this book are this 0-3-4-2, 0-3-4-2 kind of riffs, and it's sort of a trend that we're going through at this stage in our learning. So I'm giving you a good variety of riffs that use that 0-3-4-2. We're using second to third finger and first finger. And so this would be, I think, maybe one of the last riffs in that series, that 0-3-4 series. So enjoy this. Make sure you like my video here and subscribe to John Hedger Guitar Studio on YouTube, and go to Facebook and find John Hedger Guitar Studio and like my Facebook page. Thank you so much.